everyone. Welcome back to our show, our special show, Our Cultural World According to Dr. B. That's right, Our Cultural World According to Dr. B. This is show number 5. That's right, show number 5. And we're taking a turn in these in our shows, and this is actually will be a movie review. That's right, strictly a movie review. And the movie review will be about Netflix's new movie, Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. That's right, Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. Wow! As you know, in our show, Our Cultural World Today, according to Dr. B, I review news items, I review sports, entertainment, all types of trending events across the country. But now we're going to focus specifically and only on this special movie that I just saw just a couple of days ago, from Netflix. Yes, Netflix, entitled Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. And it fits right into the scope of our show, because we're all about being positive and bringing the next or the latest cultural issues to the forefront. And I think it's very much appropriate of finishing out 2020 and starting 2021 with a fun movie review, Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. So again, this is a spoiler alert. This is for those of you who haven't seen this is a special, fun-hearted, family-filled movie that just came out, and by the way, I just really, it caught me off guard. I didn't hear any hype about it. I just saw the new listing on my Netflix, the new movie that was released on Netflix, and I said, let me give this a chance, with the stars that were involved that I saw, and the trailer, in the first trailer. I said, wow, a nice family movie in 2020 that has a Christmas theme. So, I watched it for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and immediately caught up into the Christmas journey. Immediately caught up into the Christmas journey. So let me tell you the actors that were featured. Many of the actors that were featured in the movie. The headliner, of course, is Forest Whitaker. Forest Whitaker is actually plays the character Jernicus. And so Forest Whitaker, the acclaimed, prestigious actor, and now just think about the Forest Whitaker. For those of you who don't know, I have over 129 acting credits, and to his bio. He's been acting since from 2020 to 1982. He is an esteemed, very prestigious actor who received the Academy Award statue for his role in The Last King of Scotland in 2007. He received the Academy Award as well as the Golden Globe, and been nominated a number of times, but that was his first Academy Award for Best Performance as an actor in a movie in 2007. So Forest Whitaker brings so much prestige to this movie. And so, of course, I knew Forest Whitaker's other works. He also starred in just so many different films. He starred in, like I said, Last King of Scotland. He also starred in, for those of you who are a little bit younger, Rogue One, and he's Sargeir in Rogue One. And again, he starred in so many different, particularly African American films, lead, and also the 2016 readaptation adaptation of Roots. Again, very, very prestigious actor, Forest Whitaker. Along with again the other actor that caught my attention, Phylicia Rashad. Phylicia Rashad, television, primarily initially a television actress, starred in The Cosby Show during the 80s and early 90s, from 84 to 92, as Claire Huxtable. Remember Claire Huxtable? Well, Phylicia Rashad, I'm looking over here in my other laptop. She was the grandmother in her role in this Jingle Jangle Christmas Journey. So Phylicia Rashad tells the story of this Christmas journey. And I'm not going to tell you everything about it, but when I saw Phylicia Rashad there, of course I stopped. Come on. Of course I stopped. What can I say? Back in the day. So Phylicia Rashad tells the story. Oh, just very captivating. And then the new actress, the new young kid actress, she's only 12 years old. Let me make sure I get her name right. Madelen Mills. Madelen Mills plays Journey in this movie. She is just fantastic in this role. Just fantastic. Just captivating. And matter of fact, to do just a little bit backdrop on her, she actually starred in her. This is what they said. You just look at her bio. She was a star in her first grade. Started in her first grade school production of Jungle Book, and she also. This was actually her first lead in a movie role, major movie. This was her first lead. She's obviously a major, accomplished singer. She loves to play bass guitar. She also plays the piano. She was born on December 20th, 2008. So again, she's 12 years old. And she just happens to love all the sciences. She's a STEM person. She loves science, technology, engineering, and math. So that plays an important key into the role of Journey in this fantastic, just fantastic movie. So again, the breakout star, Madelen Mills. You'll be surprised. And then other stars, let me just, I won't go through the plot, but I want to highlight a couple of other stars that I recognize. Keegan Michael Key. When you see and hear Keegan Michael Key, you automatically laugh because he was a part of the team with Jordan Peele on Comedy Central just in from 2012 to 2015. Had a great comedy performance, and he just shows up in so many comedy shows, and he's just got that aura of just being funny. And what I found out about Keegan Michael Key, who plays a villain in this movie, he's actually from Southfield, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. I used to live in Detroit, and I said, "Oh, Keegan Michael Key is from Southfield, Michigan." He's a suburban of Detroit, so he has that edge. He has that edge. So give props to Keegan Michael Key for playing the villain. Oh, I'm going to tell you. And the Don Juan doll was played by Ricky Martin. The musician, the singer, Ricky Martin, Puerto Rican singer, outstanding artist. And of course, during 1999, he had the breakout song, Vida Loca. And major, that was his breakout, at least in the mainstream America, but he was already a Latin star. So he brings his style to the Don Juan doll. He really captures your imagination, and he steals the scene every time when he does the voice of the Don Juan doll. So props to Ricky Martin. Really enjoyed his performance. And then there's also I'm going to save her for last. There's also Justin Cornwell. Now he plays the younger Jernicus at the very beginning of the movie. Justin Cornwell. Well, and his acting credits go to, he first starred in Training Day, CBS show, and this was his, I believe, second major role, lead role. And so Justin Cornwell, very, very believable. And I was just, I'll tell you a little bit about, but he plays the young Jernicus. And then there's Anika Noni Rose. I got to tell you about her. Anika Noni Rose, who plays Jessica, the daughter of Jernicus. Anika Noni Rose, just, and again, like I said, the daughter of Jernicus, but she was actually was the voice of Disney's first African-American princess in The Princess and the Frog that came out in 2011. Yes, Jessica, the actress Anika Noni Rose, was actually the voice of the first Disney movie, widescreen Disney movie, African American Princess and The Princess and the Frog. So it was nice to hear and see Anika Noni Rose in this movie. And then there's also, I'm saving the last, probably one of the surprise performances, and another breakout actress was Lisa Darina Phillips. Lisa Darina Phillips. She's a British actress, and she's actually from South London. And she is, again, a phenomenal and she is actually the comedy love interest of the older Jernicus, Forest Whitaker, and she steals the scene. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about her a little bit later. So look, there you go. Those are the major actress and actors in the show. Movie review. Let me just say straight up front, thumbs up for this fantastic movie. Thumbs up all the way up from start to finish. This movie is, when you start this movie, you got to pay attention. Let me just say, you have to pay attention at the very, very beginning. Because let me just say this, I did not even know that it was a musical. I didn't even know it was a musical. I just took the journey. And before you know it, the first major scene, they have this great, fantastic musical production by the younger Jernicus and Justin Cornwell, and the other actress, his wife played in that role, the younger role, and then the younger Jessica. But that very first scene, the music and the dance scene and how it's staged. Let me just say this, that just brought me in immediately. The dancers, the music was tight. The music was right on beat. It had the nice R&B sound, the beat, and it just brings you in. You just get engulfed into it. So that first fantastic scene, inside and outside of his store, just overwhelms you. And quite frankly, the first time when I saw that first time, I said, "How are they going to beat this? How are they going to keep this storyline going, or the music going after that very first scene, which was fantastic?" Yet they did. The plot was so genuine. The plot was so genuine and to the heart and sincere. And the role that Phylicia Rashad played as the grandmother, she told the story to her grandkids, and then they went back and forth and went back into the anime, and the animation was so beautifully intertwined They did actually some type of animation with characters, and then put you back in time during the 1800s. Actually, the letter is 1880. You're actually in the 1880s. And I believe it was kind of like an English type of environment. And again, when the acting occurred, when the music occurred, when the dancing occurred, you're just captivated. And then they followed up with a nice storyline. You believed it. I believed it after everything that I believed it. I was wrapped up into it. I was emotionally, let me just say, Dr. B was emotionally attached. I was emotionally attached after that first scene. I was gone. And let me just say this. A few days later, I'm going to bring this up too. 15 minutes. I might go a little bit long in this movie review, but a couple of weeks later, I invited my wife to review it as well, and we both enjoyed it immensely. So it's just not my take. It's not just according to Dr. I brought my wife into it. She felt the same way. So the music it captures, and then the plot line was so sincere, so genuine. And these are the type of movies, let me just say this, these were the type of movies that they used to produce on a regular basis during the 80s and early 90s. And it was a culturally diverse, racially diverse cast with African Americans on the lead. So that was, again, of course that captured me. So it was culturally, ethnically relatable. And it was nice to see. And it was had every particular group involved. Forest Whitaker played the older Jernicus, and then his struggles in trying to recapture his ingenuity, his spirit. And Journey, the younger Journey, his granddaughter, came there, and through there, I'm not going to give you all the plot lines. I really want you to see this movie on Netflix. I'm doing a big pump. Yes, yeah. Am I doing it? Yes, I'm pumping Netflix. I'm giving Netflix some love. Why not? Of all the Netflix movies that I've seen, this is number one. Okay. I've been a Netflix subscriber for several years now, but this is number one. Number one. Number one Netflix movie that I've seen. And I've been a subscriber for several years. Hello, number one. No doubt about it. So I'm not going to give you all the plot line, but again, it was so sincere. It was so genuine. And you just have to get into the storyline and just go with it. And feel and leave everything out. Leave all your restrictions out of the movie theater, outside your door. I actually saw this movie in my man cave and loved it. So after the first scene, and then the plot line was very believable. The Journey, Madelen Mills came and tried to bring help her grandfather, and through trials and tribulations, and then going through the challenge with the villain, Keegan Michael Key being the villain. He played it very well. He had a dance scene. He had a music scene. He was singing. I said, that fits Keegan Michael Key. He was priming it up. He did an outstanding performance. He was jamming. And let me say, there were special dancers through the scene. They were really tight. So Keegan Michael Key was jamming. Let me give another pub to Ricky Martin, the Don Juan Doll. He was so smart. He every time he got on the roll, his performance, he was really tight. You just couldn't. And now he was an animated doll as Don Juan. He stole the again. He was just so captivating. The animation was so tight. And again. And then Anika Noni Rose, when she came, Jessica came there, and oh my gosh, she could sing. She she was just, whoa, beautiful voice. And let me just say, Madelen Mills, the young lady, the 12-year-old Journey, she had special songs when by herself. Just a beautiful voice, so on right, tight in her moves, tight in her dancing. And let me just say, her hairstyle was fantastic. I was looking at all the hairstyles. Her hairstyle was just really tight. And all the women's hairstyle was tight. Even Forest Whitaker's fro was tight. Forest Whitaker's fro was tight. How the scenes were presented just was so right. And let me just say, Journey in her songs just providing positive energy, belief in the impossibilities, going beyond your boundaries, having no boundaries. And Madelen Mills as Journey was so believable. I mean, it just so believable. So that really captured, again, yes, Dr. B, we have kids. My wife and I, we have 3 kids. So we know the journey that kids go through. So again, it was so believable. Madelen Mills just took over this role and was just so believable from start, middle to end. And then she also had a fun other young actor. I can't remember his name, but he's the young gentleman. He was so funny. He played off of her, and they were a great tandem. He was an apprentice to the older Jernicus, and he was a funny little guy. And then, let me tell you, the person who almost stole the scene, who did steal the scene, was Lisa Darina Phillips. Lisa Darina Phillips, Miss Johnson. She was the mail carrier, and she was hilarious. She was hilarious. She was infatuated with Forest Whitaker, and when she sang, she just captured the screen, the attention. Her vocals were tight, and just her persona just took over. And let me just say this, there was one scene, we're pretty sure that she made Forest Whitaker break character, and they kept it in the movie. He actually laughed, and you can just tell that was just a natural laugh from Forest Whitaker. She is just phenomenal. Let me just give a major props to Lisa Darina Phillips, the British actress. She was phenomenal in the time that she had on camera. She's phenomenal. So it was nice to see an individual like herself, not the so-called typical actress persona and style and look, but she came in and stole the show whenever she was on camera. And the plot line, you got to go with the storyline. Yes, it's fantasy, and sometimes you get lost into, this cannot possibly happen. And yes, they took a lot of liberties with things happening, but you really gotta believe. You really have to believe in the possibility of anything can happen. And that was really the takeaway from this just fantastic, beautifully, culturally competent movie that makes you feel good. It should make you feel so good to start off the new year and on a very high emotional level that the world is fantastic if you just give it a chance. And in the plot line, Forest Whitaker, he lost his wife, he lost confidence in his creativity, he was depressed, he was losing his business. He lost the opportunity to believe, and it wasn't for Journey to re-spark that belief and that love for creativity. And that's another great thing. Love for creativity. It's boundless. That's what I'm trying to get. It's boundless if you just allow yourself. It's boundless. All of us have that opportunity to be boundless in our creativity, and I think that's one of the takeaways from the movie. As a matter of fact, they finished the movie with Phylicia Rashad talking to, oh yes, I'm going to, spoiler alert, Phylicia Rashad is actually the older Journey. I didn't even know she was the older, the grandmother. She was actually Journey. And so they finished off going to a potential to the store of Journeycus, and hopefully a sequel to this. I'm just pleading. I hope that there is a sequel to this movie, because it just has to go on. This journey, this Christmas journey, has to go on to another storyline, because again, it just brought you in, and you went on this journey. You felt down, you felt up, you felt down, you felt up, but again, it was all positive. And again, I give them thumbs up. This is can't give a higher thumbs up. And if I'm going to give stars, 5 stars, 5 stars without a doubt. 5 stars without a doubt. And this movie was produced by several folks, the director, but I saw also co-producer John Legend. Yes, the musician, singer, John Legend. And co-writer of the music, John Legend. Thank you, John Legend. And as I understand, you're from Springfield, Ohio. Springfield, Ohio. That's where I am from too. Actually born in Springfield, Ohio. So thumbs up to Mr. John Legend. Oh my gosh, that's the reason why the reason why the music is so tight and well produced. Again, thumbs up to Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey. 5 stars on this fantastic Christmas movie, and I love the journey and hope to see a sequel to this Netflix movie, Jingle Jangle. Jingle Jangle. So thank you very much. This is Our Cultural World according to Dr. B. And again, we want to encourage you to take time out of your very busy schedule during the holidays, and also during the beginning of 2021. Take time and to view this movie, download it or join Netflix. It's worth it. It's worth it. Join Netflix to see this uplifting, lighthearted, mystical, magical, fun-loving, carefree movie that I believe will enlighten you and fill your heart with love. Okay, fill your heart with love, and fill your heart with all things that are good and possible. This is Dr. B. Our world according to Dr. B. We out. Have a great new year, everybody.